The straight edge movement now has a worldwide following, complete with newsletters and websites. And like every other social movement, it also has an origin. The movement began some 15 years ago right here in Washington, D.C. In fact, a local punk rock band coined the phrase straight edge in a song. So Morrison Tracy, it seems, those very simple words, straight edge, now have much more significant meaning these days.
If you care about animal rights, the next logical step is sobriety, not necessarily straight edge, but drug and alcohol and tobacco companies spend hundreds of millions of pounds on animal testing. So if you think that you're safe because you don't eat animal products but you drink or you smoke, you're wrong.
Call themselves straight edge, like-minded kids with a strong message that's fighting just about every stereotype associated with youth.
I'm a person just like you.
Or whatever, just your brain on drugs, like how much of an impact is that going to have on you? I mean, I don't know of anything else, you know, before 1981 that much to bring kids together to be drug-free as much as straight edge has.
Right, this one's together and Fraser's singing it.
Come 2006, 2007, I think, was when I got into go to hardcore shows in Edinburgh. And being an avid listener of hardcore punk music, and then it just kept kind of progressing into different subcultures of hardcore, because there's a lot that people don't really realise.
How straight edge is interpreted in subtly different ways by different people. Most agree that it is a lifestyle which is healthy and enjoyable and can lead to greater self-confidence, honesty and adaptability.
The area that I lived in with my mum, it was a major issue, and I get this is easy to slip into that kind of lifestyle. I'm not saying I'm better than them or something. It was just a natural reaction for me to be I'm not going to partake in something that's detrimental to my well-being. The situation hasn't changed, but my perspective on it has changed. I must have been about 19 and I'd heard about straight edge online. Mainly online. I lived in a rural area and I was drug free, but I found straight edge online, and then I had one person in my life that was close to me who was first vegan, then they went straight edge. We kind of had that together, and I had one person in my life that was straight edge, and to me that was a big thing.
Probably be Shaun that got me into straight edge, or was probably a straight edge figure for me, that I could approach and talk about it with. I suppose later on, because I've only been straight edge a while, be 2 years edge the end of October, so I guess I'm into my third year. So Ben sort of in later time and then off servitude and stuff like that.
I basically started getting into it. It was through punk music and seeing old Black Flag, Minor Threat videos, and basically I just went from there and saw that this subgenre came from those bands. CM Punk was what his character was, being straight edge.
I'm straight edge. I'm a man of great discipline. My name is CM Punk.
And that was the first time I heard it. I had no clue what it was. And I was kinda into metal and punk and that at the time, and I didn't realise that that's where it came from, and I looked it up and it was Minor Threat. I started actually going for it around about 2015, some round about then. I didn't keep track, but I It was repentance, basically.
Now it's fucking time to move!
They are a band from southern London area, pretty much credited as bringing back the whole sort of 90s metalcore revival because they did it so well. And was definitely at the forefront of promoting the vegan lifestyle and the straight edge lifestyle.
I suppose you can't really talk about straight edge or veganism and things like that without talking about repentance in the UK. It was such like a huge movement at the time and such like a huge thing. I think it's died off in sort of recent years. I think like veganism and stuff has sort of taken over, which is 100% a good thing because veganism is obviously more for the environment and actually like bettering everyone around you, whereas straight edge I guess is more for yourself and betterment and a sort of like push against societal norms, especially like nowadays.
Above all, straight edge is about having the strength to be an individual and to question traditions and habits rather than following them blindly. You don't have to dress in any particular way or listen to a certain type of music to be straight edge. You just have to be positive and think for yourself. Straight edge works for me. Now the choice is yours.
I wouldn't listen to bands that would say like sketchy shit or whatever. Like I do now, but I wouldn't then. So like when I watched like videos of like the first thing I watched actually was like someone had a video. It was One Life Crew. There's like a fight breaking out at One Life Crew show, and it's like. I watched that and I was like, oh my god, that's so fucked up, that's so weird, how would that happen? Like, how could you let that, like, how would something like that happen? And I was like, but again, it's like, there's sort of like voyeuristic element to it where you just keep watching it and you're like, it's kind of cool though.
Initially, when I was straight edge, it came from a tangent from being vegan initially. Like, I reflected upon my own personal actions. That when I started actually being active in hardcore and joining bands and playing music, I realised that I didn't have to kind of keep these personal opinions to myself and like the people close around me. I was in a platform where I can express this on a stage or like through music, so it's kind of outlet in itself.
Alcohol and tobacco industries don't care about you or your personal gain. All they care is about monopolising all your addictions and your clutches, but monetary gain. This is my last one, this one's called Temple.
I feel sympathy and I feel sorry for people who are like actively abusing drugs and alcohol, but I have like no sympathy whatsoever for people who deal drugs and effectively just are ruining the lives of others.
The dairy industry do not care about you, do not care about the environment, and they do not care about the millions of innocent lives that fucking died for the hype. Make a change and go vegan. This one's a cover. There's a time and a place for this song, and it's in this fucking show. I want to see you move the fuck in.
And the way that alcohol and tobacco industries are like now, maybe not so much tobacco, but the alcohol industries now, it's just like, you know, drink a beer and you'll be able to get that girl you want, you'll be able to have that party, you'll have the life that you don't have currently. And then, in like tiny font at the bottom, it'll be like, drink responsibly.
I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that's what's important to me.
Snort white shit up my nose, pass out at the shows.
You can see like in our society the way that like Budweiser and all these like big fucking alcohol companies, they don't give a shit about you. They just want to make profit and they're like peddling you poison. Like regardless of how you look at it, it is poison to you and it's just giving you like a negative effect.
I've got straight edge. An egg in a frying pan or whatever, this is your brain on drugs. Like how much of an impact is that going to have on you? I mean, I don't know of anything else, you know.
People want something like that to move on to, and they want that security in their life, and it's something that people in society aren't telling you. Like that's why people come to hardcore, because we're pushing against the societal norms of saying you know, pests and sex abusers aren't welcome and it shouldn't be forgiven, and that's something we've always tried to push.
There's always like a want to like go and like be like your parents or be like older people or go and have fun. It's like, because you know, it's like, yeah, people enjoy going out and drinking because it's great to sort of like build bridges with people, and it's great when you are making connections with clients and stuff because it's, you can easily sort of like break the ice with people and it sort of loosens you up. But it's like, I feel like that's not something I'm comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with having to drink to be able to engage with people and to build a bridge with somebody, because I don't feel comfortable that my connection with somebody is through alcohol. I want it to be through like a genuine interest, a shared interest or.
Drugs of all kinds, including alcohol, affect the way the user acts towards other people. To be straight edge, you must have belief in your own strengths and unique qualities as a person. If people can't accept you for what you really are, then why bother to impress them by projecting a false image of yourself?
My personal life at that point was just going out and getting on it. Like, we'd go to like raves and then go to and get mad with it. And then it completely changed like on its head when I started getting into hardcore music, because I found out about that kind of group or that kind of subculture of straight edge where it was almost like rebellion to what was popular or what was accepted, which is kind of smoking and drinking and going out with the weekend.
I feel you experience the same things. We started with hang was just like experience getting fucked up and not being able to control what you say or your inhibitions and like generally making a fucking arsehole of yourself. Like, everyone gets to that stage, and you know, regardless of people like knowing the limits and stuff, you know, they don't always. So, well, you're still finding yourself out as a kid. Like, if you find yourself and you think, you know, I want to claim edge, then you know, there's a lot of things that we find that are right for us as teenagers and as underage kids that we still stick with now. So straight edge can do that too. It's funny that you forget when you're in your mid-20s that, you know, when you are like a teenage kid and you hear a straight edge band and you kind of like engage with it, it's like, it's a cool feeling, and it's sort of like important to like some people. It was important to me.
What the fuck is on? What the fuck is?
Like, ask yourself why you're okay with drinking. Are you, have you asked yourself that question before? Are you okay with doing drugs with your friends? Is it something you're comfortable with? Do you feel safe doing it? Like, and to me, it's like being like poison free isn't like, oh, I'm free from like drugs and alcohol. It's like, yeah, it's that, but it's also, it's like I'm free from like not quite like not knowing whether I'm okay with it. It's like I know I am, and it's like I'm comfortable with what I'm doing, and it's like for me, it's like I'm able to like actively solve my problems and like actively deal with stuff and make friends in like in a way that I'm comfortable with on like my terms, and like, you know, so that's like what's self-choice.
And Bane. No wing Bane. Being drug free was like a natural reaction to my situation and like my upbringing. So we all, the band initially started because we're all vegan straight edge, we're all friends, and that was the reason. Like, we wanted to be a band of like-minded people that wanted to push a message that we all believed in. I think with Servitude, it's not like I hate you, it's more of an outlet, and like a kind of, people will say like, it's nothing to be proud of, but like, as for me, it's kind of like a pride thing, and it's kind of like a thing that can bring people together.
Personally, don't think you should be edge before you've experienced like, you know, like alcohol, shit like that.
Because gangs and all these different crews, and you had a lot of different ethnicities and specs of all that. So the 80s and 90s, you had all these different kind of influxes of music.
Like, I wanted to like land myself a good career. I wanted to be like financially capable to like be self-sufficient. I don't feel like if I wasn't straight edge, I wouldn't be able to do any of that, because I feel like when you go out and get fucked up and do drugs and like don't look after yourself, you just, all your outgoings are just going based upon like just negative. It's just a waste.
It's like instant to him once I signed with